comes when silence is betrayal. I come to this platform tonight to make a passionate plea to my beloved nation.
The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is the most celebrated leader of black struggle in America.
King is memorialized as this person who is all about peace and let's hold hands and get together. But
we've eliminated the more radical aspects of Martin Luther King Jr.'s critique.
The creation of an image into a version of heroism that is acceptable to the state, to the power source.
And I knew that I could never again raise my voice against the violence of the oppressed in the ghettos without having first spoken clearly to the greatest purveyor of violence in the world today, my own government.
April 4th, 1967. Speech at Riverside Church.
In that last year of his life, King argued that the victories of the late 50s and the early 60s were cheap.
He had gone through changing legislation, and that was why you got the Voting Rights Act of '65. They achieved their initial goal.
Even Dr. King said that, you know, it goes beyond the Voting Rights Act.
So the question for King was, what's next for him in this popular movement that he was leading?
Phase one was the struggle against segregation, against Jim Crow.
He started to trend away from just racial segregation and more towards their economic power structures.
True compassion is more than flinging a coin to a beggar. It comes to see that an edifice which produces beggars needs restructuring.
And so the Poor People's Campaign was to be phase two of this struggle to create a better America.
We have that King dismissed and erased.
But King is a figure whose real ideas and real legacy have been, to borrow a phrase, buried under a mountain of praise.
Given to us in a version who talked sort of emptily, vapidly about a dream.
So the challenge for us is to excavate, if you will, those real ideas and that real legacy.
That no one who has any concern for the integrity and life of America today can ignore the present war. They must see Americans as strange liberators. So far we may have killed 1 million of them. I cannot be silent.
I think the most important fact of Dr. King's journey was his split with Lyndon Johnson over the war.
Johnson, at the time, flipped out in the Oval Office screaming, "What is that goddamn nigger preacher doing to me?"
He was reviled and despised by white America, followed by the FBI, labeled a communist and anti-American.
Time magazine called King, quote, "a drawling bumpkin, so ignorant that he had not read a newspaper in years."
Dr. King broke with the most powerful man in the world. That split really described not just Dr. King's politics, but his courage and his character.
These are the times for real choices and not false ones. I am convinced that if we are to get on the right side of the world revolution, we as a nation must undergo a radical revolution of values.
It's really interesting to me how timeless King is. Timeless. What he was preaching back then is so very relevant today.
We don't get the kind of support that we deserve here while money is being spent, as we see now, in the billions of dollars a day to oppress somebody overseas.
And it also tells us just how far we have not come.
So, you know, every Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, we want to honor the real King.
The real King.
All the civil rights leaders, for various reasons, refuse or can't take a stand or have to go along with the administration. That's their business. But I must say tonight that I know that justice is indivisible. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.